Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Happy Friday everyone. So glad to be back home, back with you in the usual setting with all my wonderful decks. And yeah, we're definitely going to be using something different today. I hope you guys are doing great and you were able to, create some plans or at least manifest your personal growth and ascension during this new moon in Leo. The energy is still pretty strong. The new moon energy, although the peak was yesterday. So feel free, if you haven't had the chance yet, to still do more conscious actions in order to bring about what you are trying to build, what you want to see more of in your life, right? And be specific as much as you can, but not specific in terms of with this person or this amount of money, but still be specific what success means to you. Like, I want to be successful in my mission. What does that mean to you right now? Be more specific. Or I want to find a like-minded individual, right? Like a friend who will share my values. Like, what does it mean exactly? Like, how do you imagine you're going to be? How will you know that? How will you be spending time together? What are you looking for? What does it mean to you? A like-minded friend. Those kind of things, so that the universe knows what to bring to you. You need to make an order, like in a restaurant. Okay, so I'm going to start with an oracle deck as usual. Today is going to be a classic read. I might do something different for the weekend. I'm still thinking about it. I might do a relationship spread, a little bit different kind of spread than I usually do. But we'll see. Today it's a classic read, and I will start with the Cosmic Journey Oracle, and then we'll move on with Tarot for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energy and the connection at this time. And of course, I have my Hermit Tarot deck, so we can pull some messages between the twins. I know you've missed those. Okay, let's see. Of course, remember this is a general reading, so please give us a card for Divine Feminine. What is the theme for today? What do you need to know? Take only what resonates for you, for your story, and leave what doesn't. If you're interested in a more personalized reading and clarification, please book a private reading with me or coaching session. We can talk more. I am considering doing a group coaching in the month of August. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. It will definitely help me shape up the way that I want to run those. So supposedly this will be a nice transitional point where it's definitely going to be more personal, and we'll have regular sessions, and we'll also have chat where we can communicate. But at the same time, it's not one-to-one, so it's not as expensive, right? It's more affordable. And maybe at this point, you're not ready for that much of intensive work, but you still want to make conscious effort. So that I would say that group coaching is going to be for you. It will be like for this specific channel, this audience is specifically for Twin Flame Journey. This is personal growth, closeness of union, and interaction with your person. It's about finding yourself in missions, all those main aspects that really make up the Twin Flame journey itself. So for Divine Feminine, we have every cycle is a higher opportunity. Yeah, so we are at the beginning of a new cycle now with the new moon. And this is a reminder that this is a new opportunity, even for those things that you've given up on, or you've decided that you can't do anything right now, right? This is the wink from the universe to you that there may be another chance, or even if you thought it was impossible to change the situation then, we're now in a completely new cycle, new energy, new opportunities for that issue, for that question to be resolved. So please reconsider, of course, follow your inner guidance, how you feel about it, whether it's time or not the time yet to look into it. But this is just a reminder that energies change, right? For Twin Flames, they're even more fluid than generally for the collective. So yeah, if something wasn't possible yesterday, it might be very much possible today. Who knows? maybe in a different setting, maybe with a different person, right? So that's another thing to keep in mind. The other card is, so this is number 13, by the way, transformation, wink wink. The other card is number 41, which is 5, which is change. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. Yeah, and this is, to me, this is very much Leo season energy. I talked about it plenty this week, so I'm not gonna repeat myself, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the sun card, it's the strength card, it's the joy where you feel like you want to share it with the world. Of course, if you are in that energy yourself first. So that would be step number 1, I guess. All right, let's get to tarot. Today I'm using my Casual Friday deck, the Souls on Fire, my pink deck. And I'll use the After Tarot for clarifications if needed. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminines. We have Justice, it fell in reverse, so I'm going to read it in reverse. I'll pull a clarifier. What do we have for Divine Masculines today? You know, once, yesterday we had this card for the feminines. What's the energy of the connection today? And just a reminder, by the way, that I'm going to be uploading the zodiac sign tarot for the months of August today and tomorrow. I think I will upload them today and tomorrow, all of them. So look out for that. That's on my other channel that's called Mindful Bamboo. Wow, we have 4 Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Yay! That's the connection energy. Very interesting, very interesting. And I see immediately that the cards are telling us, they're both minor arcanas, by the way, so they're both kind of in the hands of the twins, right? Our happiness is in our own hands. But what it also tells me, because these are quite the opposite energies, this is about commitment, agreement, contract with someone else. This is about, you know, being on your own and kind of appreciating and celebrating your beautiful self. Right, it's a single person card. This is a marriage card. But what I'm seeing here in terms of the connection is that as soon as the twins get into the energy of enjoying their own company and feeling truly joyful, happy, content, abundant by themselves in their own right, in whatever they have going on, right? The way they see it can be very different. There's no single recipe, right? But it's more about the energy, right? Because it's quantum physics here. It's the frequency, it's the vibe. You know, when they get to this vibe and they stay there, that's another important point that a lot of times people are missing. It's not just about being able to get there, it's about being consistent, right? It's about staying there for, you know, like most of the time, being in that energy. That will ultimately bring union closer. That will bring union to you. That's the trick. Somebody needed to hear that. Please clarify. So I started with the connection, sorry, that's just how the message came out. I wanted to say it before I forget. And now we're gonna jump to the feminine and masculine energy individually. Please clarify Justice in reverse. Ooh, 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, please clarify King of Wands for masculine. 7 of, is it? Yeah, 7 of Wands in reverse. I didn't recognize it because it's in the After Tarot, it looks very different. But it is 7 of Wands in reverse. Always like to see that card in reverse, to be honest. What do we have for the masculine, by the way? Did we get the card for the masculine, the Oracle card? So I'll finish with the feminine first and then I'll switch to the masculine. So for the feminines, we have Justice in reverse, clarified by 8 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and you know, in this deck, the 8 of Wands is a lot about, it's about communication as always, but it's about some kind of conflict, right? It's finding a compromise and agreement. And that's one of the aspects of the Justice card, actually, right? Where is the justice, right? Like, do you have the truth on your side or not? Something like that. So what I'm seeing here is there's lack of the conversation right now. That's why there's lack of justice or lack of balance. Like this card emphasizes, usually with the justice, we have a reference to the legal system, right? To judging something. This is specifically about balancing, right? So there is no balance because there is no conscious attention, either conversation or action towards balance, towards finding a balance in space. So think about it. It might be because, of course, recently we've had such strong energies that have impacted us so much. We still have more to come. We're approaching the 8-8 portal, which is gonna be the Lion's Gate. It's called, because it's Leo season, and it will be like, it will only be ramping up the energies. So you might as well, start having that as a regular exercise, bringing yourself back to balance, being able to find that place of balance, no matter what throws you off, whether it's your person, whether it's other people around you, or your own self-talk, right? It can be any of those things. You need to be prepared. Prepare yourself. It's gonna be a season of battle, but it can be a noble fight, for the goodness, for love, for all of the wonderful things, or it can be the survival fight. The choice is yours. And speaking of which, we're gonna move to Divine Masculine now, who's got the 7 of Wands, which is in this deck also a battle, but it's a different, there's a different vibe to it. So let's get to it. So the Oracle card that I pulled is listen in stillness, you meet your true self. So in a sense, this is also about finding balance, right? About finding inner peace. For masculines, it's important to emphasize this point because they're always more focused on the external, right? What's going on around them. And they may not pay as much attention to what's going on internally for them. So that's the point where sometimes, like, this guy is just sitting on the log here, right? I think it's a log. Maybe he's part of the log. He's kind of inside it even. But anyway, there's nothing special going on. This person is not taking action. But look at this fire here. Like, at the same time, he's on fire. There's so much going on, that's not visible to the eye, to the naked eye. So sometimes you don't need to take an external action to make a big difference in your life. That's how I see it. And speaking of actions, we have for the masculine today, both of the cards are the Wands, which is about action. So again, to me, this, especially with 7 of Wands being like that, it's like the King of Wands is a very wise leader. Like, it's a master of passion, of all these drives, different strong urges, emotions, right? That passions, right? It's about being the master of it, so you don't really have to engage in unnecessary fights. You don't have to waste your energy on things that don't really make sense. Like, this is not, usually this would be the 5 of Wands. This is 7 of Wands in this deck. So 7 of Wands is about, like, defending yourself, right? So it's like, you don't really need to do that stuff. This is the place to be at, where you already know where you are. And by the way, there's also a lion here. So another reference to the Leo season. This Leo season is teaching or helping divine masculines to get into that state of, I am the master, I am the king. I already know what's going on. And if those people around me don't get it, that's up to them, it's their business. I'm not gonna waste my energy and a lot of time on getting them to understand or on fighting off so they leave me alone. Like, there are other ways, right, not to engage. And in this case, this is a healthy reaction, because the more we get involved into those unhealthy dynamics, the more it sucks us in. Well, first of all, it exhausts our energy, right? And the harder it is to stay away from going low vibe together with the group and engaging in unhealthy behavior yourself. Okay, to finish off, I'm gonna pull some cards with messages between the twins. And first, we're gonna start with messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. Okay. Some good cards here. I'm open to compromise. I would do anything for you. And sex. Did you doubt it for a moment, especially with all the ones we saw in the masculine energy today? This is good. This is the energy where they feel like, because when they say with this message, I would do anything for you, they mean that they feel strongly, like they feel empowered, that they can do so much, right? That they can make a difference. And they're open to compromise. That's another very uplifting and hopeful message, that where they maybe didn't see, and just recently we saw some of the messages and vibes and downloads that they didn't see a way out. They didn't see how it can work out, this connection from where they are now to where they feel like they need to be. Now they see the potential for compromise. They see how it can work. Big deal. Okay, let's pull messages from divine feminines to masculines. Okay. We have maybe there is someone else. And one sword. Yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, I'm getting, okay, there are like two scenarios here. The sword, by the way, this is the Ace of Swords, is just confirming that this is how divine feminists really feel. Like this is the truth as they see it to their best capacity right now. For some of you, it means that they feel like there could be someone else on DM side that they don't know about, that's stopping them from going forward with the connection, from establishing closer bond, all of those things. For others, it's divine feminines considering starting a relationship with someone else, right? It doesn't mean that's necessarily that person is already in their life, but in all the truths, they're thinking, you know, I'm not supposed to be in a waiting energy. My DM is not ready, so I might as well look for a life partner who will match my energy, who will be eager, who will be ready, right? So that we can be happy together. And this is great, by the way. So this is great vibe, and I would definitely think about the Nine of Pentacles in this case more than Four of Wands, because like I mentioned before, this is step number 1, this is step number 2. So if in order for you to get into this Nine of Pentacles energy and enjoy and feel great with who you are, where you are in life right now, divine feminine, if finding a life partner is necessary for that for you, or at least it's very important, do that. But make sure that it's not that it is a healthy decision, it's a loving decision, you're ready for that, that it's not going to be a codependent vibe, like I need someone to complete me, not in that sense, because that will end up, well, I mean, definitely it's going to be a karmic partner, but you'll end up learning more lessons, going through more cycles until you do get it. There's a lot to unpack there, and I'm not going to go into too much detail in this reading. If this resonates for you and you want to know more for your case, book a reading with me and we can talk then. But yeah, just be very careful with all, just talking from my own experiences in this area, that make sure that you are in that good space. And at least if you are, I mean, it's hard to do that, right? Necessarily like 100%, in an exact way. But at least you can make sure that once you have that person, someone is on the horizon, you start going out on dates, at least check yourself in specific situations, how healthy it is. Are you in a good place? Are you still keeping that authenticity and giving space to each other to keep it healthy? Okay, I love you all, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back with more readings very soon. Bye, everyone.